Hey everyone, so today's video we're talking about the new light legendary hero that just came out. Her name is Wilsie, maybe short for Wilson, kind of like a nickname, maybe, well, not short, but a nickname. It's the same amount of letters. But yeah, we're going to chat about her today. So I think she's good. She's very, very strong against specific heroes, and we're going to talk about that. And then she's pretty solid in general. I won't say she's broken, but I think she is very, very strong. So yeah, let's just talk about her a little bit. I don't have any books in her. She is purely a support hero, so I don't know if books are necessary, but they will never be bad in a light and dark legendary for the most part, because her kit is pretty good. Specifically her ultimate ability, it's really cool interactions, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So she has a new mechanic called Beguiling Smoke, and it says at the start of the round it applies that to support enemies. So if they have support in their description here, like she's control, it will apply this Beguiling Smoke. And basically what this effect reads is they don't get to activate their turn. So no passive abilities, they can't activate a move to use when it comes their turn. It just skips them, right? It's nuts. So if your opponent has 4 support heroes in their team, all of them will skip their turn, which is nuts. So it's really good that they limited this just to support, and they have it on a 3-round cooldown. Because if it was anything less than 3-round, even if it was 2-round, I think that would be absolutely nuts. The effect itself is already crazy, but the fact that it's limited support, you'll see how many heroes it affects. There are some really good ones, but it is limited. So, anyway, when she is awakened, if there's no support enemies, it'll randomly throw this up on just one of their heroes. So, her ascension is really good, and if you ever get her awakened, that is just crazy. So that's her trait. Her basic ability deals damage to somebody and removes a positive effect on them, and then it applies stun to them if the target is dark. So I do not know if this needs focus or not. She does have a decent amount of focus on her. We'll have to try it on like a Vengeful Hassle that tends to have a lot of resistance. So we'll see if that lands, but it's a very good basic, and if it doesn't need focus, that's a very strong basic against dark heroes. She has this special ability, which is still a little confusing to me, basically the bottom part, but whenever she gets hit by an ultimate ability, she launches a counterattack with this attack, and it deals 150% damage total amongst 6 separate attacks. So each individual attack goes and pings people at random. So it can hit all 4 heroes that your opponent has with this counterattack. And it does damage equal to the amount of health that she lost. That's really irrelevant. Like I said, she doesn't do any real damage. But this part, it says it increases the cooldown of the target's special ability by 1 turn. So if somebody goes and uses their ultimate on the very first turn, she will counterattack with this and then possibly put special abilities on cooldown that the rest of your opponent's team has. So that's kind of neat. This part doesn't make sense, though. It says the bonus attack and cooldown increase can only be effective on each enemy once. So the bonus attack part, I don't understand. But what that's saying is if it hits somebody, if this counterattack hits someone multiple times, it doesn't matter. The cooldown will only be increased by 1 turn. It won't be increased by like 6 turns if it hits the same person 6 times. That's what that means. So this special ability is okay. Her basic is good, but also just like okay. Her trait is what makes her great, and then her ultimate ability is really interesting. So it says restores an ally to the state at the beginning of the battle while retaining all their positive effects. The target gains a bonus turn immediately. So anytime you can gain a bonus turn immediately, it's amazing. That's why heroes like Halia are really good. It's why heroes like Light Ophelia are really good, all of those things. So the instant turn is great. The restoring an ally to the state at the beginning of the battle is quite interesting. So it does a couple things. This can restore traits, right? So if you have a trait similar to, let's see here, Karma. Karma gets control immunity for the first round of the battle, right? And then she gains a bonus turn up to 2 times per battle. If you use up your bonus turns and stuff like that from her trait, this hero, whenever she uses her ultimate, will reset Karma's trait. So she'll have 2 more bonus turns that she can get, and she'll get her control immunity back up. So that's really strong. Now, it is limited, because I tried it with heroes like Corrupt Aurak. I was going to see if he would then trigger his trait again with the start of the round ability. It doesn't happen. So if it says at the start of the round, it will not trigger again. But I think Karma says at the start of battle. In battle. First round in battle. Battle is your keyword there versus at the start of the round. Because there are a couple heroes that have that at the start of the round ability. The other thing that her ultimate does is it resets the cooldown of everything. So it says restores an ally to the state at the beginning of the battle. So if somebody uses their ultimate ability, like Atara, and then she goes in and gives her an extra turn, this ultimate will be back available to use. So she can use her ultimate ability twice. So it's a very, very strong ability. So right now I just have her in Dragon Scale and Speed. She does have pretty low base speed, but she has really high speed glyphs, and she has speed on her physique. So she probably has the ability to get pretty quick. That could be important just for the bonus turn. You know, that's always nice. That's why Halia is relevant in the meta, things like that. Right now, though, because I don't have any books in her, I just have her kind of somewhat tanky so she can get her extra turn off, preferably on a hero that is faster than her that already used their ultimate ability, so they can go back in and use it again. So pretty nuts. One thing to note about this Beguiling Smoke, and we'll talk about it here in a second, we're going to go see all of the heroes that this affects. So let's go into the index and look at the support heroes that this will completely negate their turn if they are brought into the game. So these are all the support heroes, right? So some pretty relevant ones, but something that I need to mention to you, and I will show you, is this even affects Divine Yolanda. And yes, Divine Yolanda is immune to negative effects, but apparently this does not count as that. So it will go through Divine Yolanda's immunity. I'm assuming it goes through all other immunities as well. So the immunity set will not work on this character's trait. And it will completely negate her turn. So if you look at all the heroes that it affects in the arena meta, I guess you can say Divine Yolanda for sure. I do think Aristal probably has some applications. He's more of a niche pick. Kelowna, this is another valuable one. Light Ophelia, for sure. You have Solgus, which I think is probably a little underrated. Aubrey might have some, might have a resurgence in the meta now after her buff. Dark Ophelia, Vengeful Hassle. So, I mean, this hero already has tons of applications just with some of these heroes. Like, this is 3 of the Power 5, as I've been coining them, completely just canceled their first turn. And that's huge against Vengeful Hassle, because Vengeful Hassle has all of that damage resistance at the beginning of the round on his very first turn, because all of his allies are, alive. So that's huge. So just from that application, the hero is already really strong. But once you go further into like the red, green, blue area, there aren't many heroes that this new light legendary is going to hit. Jacosta's kind of relevant in the meta still, although there's a lot of strong fire heroes, but that's really it from a wood perspective. From fire, none of these heroes are really used in arena. From water, it really hurts Halia. It hurts Atara for sure. Kyle, who I made a video on not too long ago. Like, there are some applications, but I think she's just kind of a direct counter to some of the 3 OP light dark legendaries, and even a 4th one in Divine Yolanda. So that's cool. I like how it's kind of just busted against LDs, mainly the already busted LDs. From a normal application, I think she's not going to be that great. I think you're going to be able to one-shot her, with heroes like Guan Yu and things like that, unless she is booked and built extremely tanky in Dragon Scale and things like that. But overall, I think she is good. I think she's going to be a strong hero in the meta, but I wouldn't put her anywhere near as strong as somebody like Oderic. But here, I will show you the application here with Divine Yolanda. So you'll see at the very beginning of the round, she goes in and puts up this beguiling smoke on her. So right there, that's the negative effect that you're seeing. So she won't be able to move. None of her passives, if she had a passive, would activate, anything like that. So you'll see right here. We'll go in. I'm going to show you the extra turn as well. If you saw, Divine Yolanda was next in the turn order, and she did not get her turn. So she was supposed to go right after my Divine Yolanda, and she didn't. We're already to Nero, right? So here we'll just S1 on Nero. We'll do the bonus turn on Divine Yolanda, and she has her ultimate back. So it's pretty crazy. But I think she is, going to be able to get one shot. So here is the counterattack from her special ability. And a little sneak peek at Balbereth, just crushing fools with his buff. And, oh shoot, I can't win this. I'm glad I got out of there real quick. Anyway, so yeah, the fact that she can go through immunity is pretty nuts. I'm going to try and find a team. Is there a team with the twins in here? There is not. Okay, so here's a team that has the Dark Twin. Oh, and here's another one too. So Vengeful Hassle, and then also Halia. So you'll see that this debuff will get put up on both the Vengeful Hassle and the Halia. So it's all support heroes, which is pretty crazy. So start of the turn, right there. So puts it up on both. It's pretty nuts. So yep, that's a thing. She does her counterattack, which apparently is putting things on cooldown. I think we'll see right now. We'll also test to see if the Vengeful Hassle gets stunned by this or if he can resist it. Okay, so you do need focus for the basic. That's good to know. But yeah, most of her applications come in just at the start of the turn by completely nullifying people's turns. Pretty crazy. So yeah, that's just a quick little showcase of the things that she's able to do, the resetting of, cooldowns, traits, which I didn't show. Let me show that real quick. So you'll have somebody like, what did I say, Karma. So you'll see Karma in here. There's nobody in here to kind of control the team, but you will see that the ability immunity will go back up. So we will showcase that. we will just stun the Light Nick, or not stun. Oh, he's not dark. Okay. So here you see that the control immunity on Karma is gone. So now we will, whenever we reset, she'll get her control immunity back. So, yeah, pretty neat stuff. She's very strong, but again, I don't think that she is as good as somebody like O'Derek, because she's just good against specific heroes, and I'm really happy that she's really strong against, the Dark Twin and Vengeful Hassle, like really strong LDs. So that is the silver lining. Anyway, guys, that's all I have. I just wanted to show you how those mechanics work, the application that she has in game, and I hope you enjoy, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.